few classes, what we have discussed. In the last few classes, what we have discussed. Even yesterday, I just gave you a quick glance of revision. What we have discussed is, in the topics 1, you can see clearly that UI UX Figma 1, HTML, CSS, project, Bootstrap, preprocessors, Git and GitHub, Bootstrap website, REST CSS. These were the major things we have discussed. I hope till now it's clear. When we go further, more and more, you can able to build the sites which can bring more kind of user interface and more kind of use cases for you. Okay. Now, today onwards, we are going to start our journey with something called JavaScript. The JavaScript gonna take it like 4 weeks. And within this 4 weeks, you will learn basic and advanced JavaScript in detail. Till now, some things you may practice, some things you may not. Like you have it your own things. But JavaScript, it is not a choice that absolute you should practice. There is no choice at all. You should practice at all. Absolutely. Is it clear, ma? You should practice to the core. Now, how do you do that? Let's see. JavaScript. Introduction. We'll discuss what is JavaScript, why do we use it, how it started, the history of JavaScript, how to include that JavaScript into HTML, like this basics we will discuss. Is it clear, ma? Yeah. And while discussing, if you get any doubt, you can ask me. Is it clear? Yeah. Let's start. JavaScript is a high level versatile programming language primarily used primarily used for the functionality and interactivity of web pages. JavaScript is a high level versatile programming language primarily used for the functionality and interactivity of web pages. Okay. Interactivity of web pages. Like, go to this Netflix. If I open Netflix, why this page is coming like this? When I open Netflix recently, it's changed. Oh, it got changed again. Did you observe for some days the Netflix they changed a different pattern again they changed it the UI. They put this curved one. Earlier this curved lighting one is not there, na? They put it something 3D icons to make it better. Anyway, so now this Netflix one, imagine I ask you to build this screen. Imagine I asked you to build this screen. If I ask you to build it, what you will bring? You need one logo. You need one select box. You need one button. You need one heading, subheading, or paragraph, and one input box, and with button. These are the elements you need, and who will give all these elements, sir? Who will give this image? Who will give this select box? Who will give this heading? Who will give this all? HTML. Who will give? HTML provides a basic structure. Whatever you needed, HTML will give. But that is not enough. I want logo to be left side only, button to be right side only. And the button to have a background color, and the text will be in center of the screen. Will have some background color, and email is having some kind of things, and whole page is having one background color, having some light opacity. Are you getting my point, ma? Are you all getting my point? So these kind of things, if you have to do, if you have to do something like this to bring all this kind of logic, then you need CSS. What do you need? CSS will bring something element to center, background image, colors and all. HTML just give you element, CSS will make you the colors. Now, but that is not I want. When I click on this button now, when I click on this button, I wanted some signing of functionality. When I click on it, I want some validations. Not only validations, I wanted to go to the, if everything works, I want to go to backend. I want to bring something or come back here. In this, whenever I click on any particular element, these kind of interaction should be there. Either some interaction or some functionality. Both should be there in my website. How do you give this interactivity or functionality? You will use something called JavaScript. JavaScript is a high-level versatile programming language primarily used for functionality and interactivity of the web pages. Any doubts? No. JavaScript uses JavaScript uses just JIT means just-in-time compiler. Just-in-time compiler, which is in browsers JS engine. Every browser will have JavaScript engine. You may not know this because you are a full stack of UI. If you want to use Java, you need to download Java. Do you know that? If you are using Python, you need to download Python. You know that now? If you are using C, you will download the turbo and all. But for JavaScript, you don't need to download anything. Why? Because JavaScript runs on the browser, runs in the browser. Every browser, every browser have JS engine, and that is used to compile, run JavaScript. That is used to compile, run JavaScript. JavaScript. For example, Chrome JS engine, Chrome have JS engine that is called V8. What is the name of Chrome's VS engine, ma? What is the name? V8. Someone may ask you this question also. JavaScript, is it a script language or programming language? Scripting language or programming language? It is actually both. Scripting languages means they run code line by line. Scripting languages, scripting languages always runs code line by line. Line by line. So what we have seen something named JavaScript will be there, why it is used, and now we are going to understand some basic history of JavaScript, exactly how this journey starts. JS is launched on, actually this month only it launched, December 4th, 1995. The same year Java is also released actually. It got released some kind of March or something, it got released right later. And was created by Brendan Ike. Brendan Ike at Netscape Communications. Someone is asking, what does it mean by high-level programming languages? There are different kind of programming languages, low-level programming languages, high-level programming languages. Low-level programming languages mostly written in machine code or to the nearest, like binary language or something like assembly language people used to write. These assembly languages and binary languages, those kind of things are low-level programming languages. High-level programming languages write the JavaScript which is not only JavaScript, anything, any high-level programming languages, they are like human readable. They are human readable. And anyway, the compilers or interpreters will be there. Those compiler interpreters will convert this high level into low level to the machine understandable. Okay, but we will write it in high level one. Okay, JavaScript is one of the high level programming language. Next one, sir. Now, you might seen this. I don't know whether you knew this or not. He is the guy who started this. Brendan Eich. And does anyone use Brave browser? Does anyone knows there is a browser recently popular called Brave? No idea, na? Mostly boys will have an idea on it because it's ad blocker. Okay. He is the one, CEO of that Brave now. Okay. He's also participated in the initial founding of Brave. He also implemented it. Okay. That idea is also his only. Initially, their plan is to bring some language to the web. Now, initially, it is named as live script. Actually, the first name of JavaScript is actually live script. But later, for marketing purposes, for marketing purpose, they changed it to JavaScript to capture Java market. There is no relation with the Java and JavaScript. There is no relation. Only the thing is, Java became so popular immediately. Even in 1995, when this was released, also Java is so popular. So to cache the Java's market, these people put the live script as JavaScript. Okay, but there is no relation, ma. Next, next. ECMAScript, ECMAScript. The standard specification for JavaScript acquired it, acquired it, and and evolved until ES14 recently. Initially, JavaScript actually done by ran at Netscape only. Later, that Netscape browser people, when they got extinct, they sold it off. There is one standard kind of thing called ECMAScript. What is it called? ECMAScript comes from an organization, ECMA. Okay, this organization puts the rules to the script languages. Okay, they put a script languages some kind of rules. Imagine you will see something in books or something kind of Java 4.1, Java 18.0, 19.0, 20, 21 kind of. Python also 3.1 came, 3.2 came, 3.3. But JavaScript, you will never see JavaScript 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Why? Did the JavaScript not release anything? Yes. JavaScript release the values, but JavaScript releases in the name of ECMAScript. Every time ECMAScript is the one which adds more features into JavaScript. ECMAScript is the one which adds more features into JavaScript. More features into JavaScript. Any doubts? Any doubts, ma? The latest version which came is ES14. ES14. Next, how do we include JavaScript into our code? How do we include JavaScript into our HTML? How to include JS into HTML? If you remember, we discussed CSS also similarly, and I told CSS can be included to HTML in three ways. What are the ways that CSS to include HTML, ma? Inline, internal, external. Similarly, here to include JavaScript to include JavaScript into HTML, to include JavaScript into HTML, we can use two ways. Two ways. Internal JavaScript, external JavaScript. Internal JavaScript, external JavaScript. Any doubts, ma'am? Any doubts are here? I hope it clarifies it. Now, next. How do you write this internal JavaScript? Internal JavaScript, JavaScript means we can write JavaScript code. We can write JavaScript code into HTML using script tag or script element, using script element. Using the script element, we can write the JavaScript code into HTML. JavaScript code into the HTML. How do you do that, sir? Go here. Let me click create. Let me create it here. inside the JavaScript, inside the code. First, inside the first index.html, inside the first index.html, script.js, script.js. Oh, I will tell you what is that script.js later. First, go to HTML, exclamation enter. Now, write it here, script. Now I wrote something open script na, close script na. What is something open, content, close? Combinedly call it as element. That is why I told script element. Inside the script element, I can write it any kind of code. I will write it one code, console.log hello world. I will tell you what is console and what is log and what is this. Okay. But if I run this code, if I run this code, if I just right click, inspect, inspect. Till now you have seen only these things now. Can you see right side something called console is there? Click on this. What it printed, ma? What it printed? Yeah. So it prints hello world because I wrote it hello world there. Till now, I know that you have so many questions like what is console, what is log and all. But before answer that, any JavaScript code, if you want to write, you can write it inside this script open and script close. Inside that, you can write the JavaScript. That is the point. Open script, closed script. Inside that, you can write the JavaScript. Is it clear, ma? Is it clear, ma? Now, we can even do external JavaScript. It means create one JavaScript file .js. .js is the extension. Okay. .js. Now here, if I write console.log by world, console.log by world, then you wrote it some code in the external file. Imagine you write something in external CSS. What you will do, ma? Similarly, if you write something in external JavaScript, go there, write it here at the end, script src dot slash. Now, my JavaScript is linked to the HTML. This is called external JavaScript. This is called internal JavaScript. Now, in this external JavaScript, I wrote it by world. If I go here, by world came. Any doubts, sir? Any doubts, ma? No. Now, I will tell you so many doubts which you may have. First doubt. Is JavaScript is sensitive? Is sensitive? Yes. Capital A and small a are different. In HTML, you don't have this problem. You write it however you like. But in JavaScript, capital A is different from the small a. Second, can I write the script in the head? Can I put wherever you want? Yes. You can put wherever you want, but in future we will discuss. But 99.99% of the times, always write the JavaScript in the body or at the end of the body. In the body or end of the body. Just note it down the small code, then we will discuss in detail of this code. think in online I told it already. It's 4 weeks to complete this JavaScript, including jQuery and all. Okay. After that, you will go for your React or backend, your wish. Okay. Now, let's go here. Is it done, ma? Is it done? Now, next one, external JavaScript. External JavaScript means we can use external files or third party websites. External JavaScript means we can use external files or third party websites using script tag with src attribute like this. Doubts here? Good. I hope till now it clarifies the things. Now, note it down some few important points. First one, JavaScript is case sensitive, and JavaScript script code is recommended to write recommended to be written or mentioned at the end of the body. The end of the body. Sir, what if, sir, if I write it anywhere, will it not run? It will run. I think I told you in CSS class, you can put style wherever you want. That style you will put, na? You can put it wherever you like. In body also you can keep it. It will work. But I always told you, write it in CSS last only. Head last only you will put CSS. And JavaScript, I'm telling it to keep it in body. Why? Because let me teach you how your browser will run. If browser is running Browser sees some HTML code. It will run the HTML code. Imagine suddenly JavaScript came. Then you know what the browser will do? Browser will stop this HTML and will go for the JavaScript engine and will run this complete JS. After completing only, it will come back for the HTML, remaining HTML. Now imagine some error happens here because it's a programming languages, errors will be there. Imagine error happens. Will this extra HTML will come to the screen, ma? No. If you put the script in the head also, same thing will happen. Imagine error comes, you will not print anything in HTML page, empty page it will print. That's why sometimes you go to some websites like old, bank websites or some government websites. If server is not working or something, it will print directly white screen. It will directly give you white screen. But is it good to show white screen to the user? No. You should show the HTML. You can say butter is not working. You can say it like we are working under process. You can say it like some error happened. Wait for a time. It is okay. But if you show a blank screen, na, that is that is absolutely wrong. Now let's do now let's do more with it. So that is why imagine I put this JavaScript at the end. Imagine I keep this JavaScript at the end. Now what will happen? It will run all the HTML, all the CSS. CSS will be in the head only. First it will only load. So HTML loaded, CSS loaded, everything is visible on the screen. Now if JavaScript is not running, it will not work, but it will show on the screen. Right? Right or not? And that is why you should always keep your JavaScript at the end. At the end of the body. The end of the body. Do you have any questions, ma? Online any doubts, sir? Online any doubts? Online is it clear till now? Any doubts? No. Now, next. Now discuss what is that console. वो console क्या है? We wrote it na console.log. JavaScript runs in the browser. Just now we discussed. Every browser will have a JavaScript engine. What is JavaScript engine for Google Chrome? Ma? What is the JavaScript engine for Google Chrome? V8. Just now only we discussed V8. Now, when it is running in the browser, every browser provides some tools. Every browser provides some tools. Every browser provides some tools to make developer to make developer work easy. Work easy. These tools are called as developer tools. These tools are called as developer tools. Let's go to the developer tools and we'll see it, sir. Can anyone give me any of the website you did? HTML or CSS? Tell me your websites. Anyone a website name? You all did sites, na? Anyone give me your portfolio or any site name? बोलो रे. Online also. Tell me, Hemant, anyone link? Tell me. My portfolio 385.netlify.app. It's okay, no worries. I just want to show it like, the things. Now, here, right click, inspect. Can you see something called inspect is there? And when you inspect a page, whatever the things you get, these are called developer tools. What are they called? And in the developer tools, you will have elements. Elements is used for HTML. Here, DOM elements will come and you go down. You can see CSS here, the bootstrap ka CSS. Or here, you can see so many options. The first option which we did in our code is console. Console is a debugger tool. Console is a debugger tool. What is debugger tool? Means in JavaScript, if any bugs were there, to find it, to debug your JavaScript, we will use console. Console knows your JavaScript. Console knows how to run your JavaScript. Imagine in your program, some 1,000 lines code is there. How many lines? 1,000 lines. And in starting, you gave a value 5. You expected at the end of the program, a value should be 100. A value should be, this is your expected, but you got it a value 200. That means somewhere in this 1,000 lines, some error is there, na? Somewhere in this 1,000 lines, some bug is there. Understand, bugs are not errors. Bugs are not error. Bug means you will write, you will get different output than the expected. Different output than the expected. Imagine I'm writing one function add ray, add, and I'm passing it here 2 comma 3. But I am doing it actually a minus b. Can anyone tell me what will be the answer? Guess what will be the answer if I use a minus b? 2 minus 3 minus 1. But what I'm expecting? 5. What I'm expecting? If you do this, your program will not say any error. Why? Because programs को पता नहीं. Add बोले तो plus करना, subtract बोले तो minus करना. इसको language नहीं मालूम. Whatever you give, will it have any syntactical errors? No. Logically, it's wrong. Basic. Now, this particular things will comes as bugs. What are they called? Bugs. Now, imagine in this 1,000 lines, somewhere some bug is there. From 100, it should be 100, 5 to 100, but instead it will become 5 to 200. To find that bug, you will place this console.log somewhere. I will write it like in line number 100 console.log क्या है? Line number 200 console.log ये value क्या है? Line number 300 console.log ये value क्या है? Like this I will check it. After checking it, now I understood exactly at what point I am getting a different output. Instead of reading every line out of 1,000 lines, imagine at 300 line, A value is correct only, but 400 line, A value is wrong. Then where it is the wrong code between 300 to 400? Like this, I will repeat this process more and more. so that I will find the culprit and I will exactly do that changes statement. This is called debugging. What is it called? Debugging. Debugging is a process of finding bugs. For that you will use console. For that you will use console. Not only this, sir. JavaScript, every browser also gives you so many. If I go here, right arrows. If I click on sources will give their HTML, CSS code. I can exactly see his HTML code, CSS code, and JavaScript code. See, this is his CSS. This is his HTML, and this is his image. He stored in assets. Next, network. If any network requests are there using fetch logic and all, we will discuss when we come to APIs. If any fetch logic and all are there, those fetch logics will be mentioned here. Or performance, how your site is coming, how much site fastness, or how much interactions, everything they will mention and they will tell you how it is coming, good or bad. Good. Next, memory. If your website is having any memory with something like heap snapshot or something, but JavaScript by default will use allocation on timeline. That's why I told just in time compiler. The next, performance, we already discussed. Memory we discussed. Application. Now application will have something called caches, cookies, whatever cache memory is there, cooking memory is there, or whatever the local host memory is there. All these things will be inside the application. Last but not least, Lighthouse. Using Lighthouse, you can analyze your website how much good it is or how much bad it is. If I reload the page one more time, it will understand it like whether your website have any problems or not, so that you can make it like less problems website to make it more useful. Performance is 97 and accessibility is 78 and best practices are 70 and SEO score is 82. Actually good performance only, but you can able to check it like whatever the problems you have seen. These are called developer tools. What are they called? Tools. We will discuss each of the developer tool one more time, don't worry. But now we are using something called console. What we are using? Console. Console is the part of developer tools. Console is a part of developer tools. Console.log is used console.log is used to print a value into print a value and debug the code and debug the code. Debugging means finding it out bugs. Finding out the bugs. This is what we have discussed, sir. Any doubts? No. Next. Next. To learn any language, we have to start with something called comments, because comments are the basic fundamental concepts. Comments in JavaScript. Already we have seen in HTML and CSS comments. Comments are used for the comment. Comments are used for the readability purposes. Readability. Comments are used for the readability purposes. Sir, if you put more body, more comments, will my performance reduce? No, because your compiler never runs the comments. Comments it will leave. Then why do you need it? Because when you run your code, when you take these comments, and when like for example, I did some kind of code for 2 months and I left the company. Imagine I did 2 months code and I left the company. After that, you have joined. And then imagine I did not put any comments in my code. So the next guy, it will be so much difficult to find where he started and where he shouldn't. Right? But instead, if I keep the comments, then he will understand exactly what function he needed, where it is, and then you can use it. That is called readability purposes. There are two ways. There are two ways. There are two ways to include to write the comment. To write the comment. First one is single line comment. Single line comment. Single line comment. It is represented single line comment. It is represented as slash slash double slash. This double slash is called single line comment. What is it called, ma? Then I can also use double line comment. It is represented as it is represented between it is represented between it is represented between slash asterisk and asterisk slash. Now add some comments, sir. This is internal JS. Single line comment. Internal JS single line comments. Here I am going with double line comments, multi-line. Multi-line comments means slash asterisk. If I forgot to close this with asterisk slash, if I forgot to close this with asterisk slash, automatically it will take it the whole program as comments only. So slash asterisk, here I can use multi-line comments. Multi-line comments. Multi-line comments. Doubts, ma? So everyone write a simple JavaScript code to print hello world using external JavaScript and use multi-line comments. Use multi-line external JS use multi-line comments external JS and prints hello world and prints hello world. Online, if you have doubt also you can ask me. Any doubts, ma? Is it done? Is it done? No. Next. The last and the most important basic in JavaScript. Today is just basically introduction of JavaScript. Another point which you need to remember when you start a programming languages is variables. Is variables. Variables are used. Variables are used to store. To store. Variables are used to store the data which varies. There are three ways. There are three ways. There are three ways where let variables are used to store the data which varies, and where let const. We have three values, which is like var, const. These are the three ways you can use variables into your code. Var. Var is a functional scoped variable. Var is a functional scope variable. Functional scope variable. Var is a functional scope variable. Function scope variable. If I go here, I will tell you something strange behaviors of var. I know that we did not discuss functions. I know that you don't know what is if, but don't worry, just see the code. Okay. You will understand it if you see the code. Functional scope variable where fun. Don't worry about the code which I'm writing it functions and all. I will tell you later, but true. Then here console dot log y here y is equals to 25. If I call this fun, can anyone guess here? Can anyone guess here what will happen now? I will tell you, don't worry. First, it will go to here. It will go inside. It will go inside. Now, what is y value? When the function is, when the loop, this particular block is over, when this block is over, automatically it will come out and it will say console.log y. Can anyone tell me what it will print y value? What it will print? But my question is, this y is equals to 25 is not in the fun. Is inside the fun if is there for if it came. Right or not? Always you should check about parent level and then child level. Like what were the parents? There might be grandparents, grandparents, because program will go more and more nested. In this, my main point is, even though you declared y value 25, here open, if true, y value 25, and here, here, the program will run. But this variable is declared inside the block now. This variable is declared inside the block now, inside this particular braces now. So it should work for only braces, sir. But even though you declare it inside the braces, it will print the output outside, because whenever you declare one variable inside a function using var, automatically those values scope will become function. This value scope will become function. Scope means till when it will be live. One time it will die now, till when it will be live. Now, but fun, the scope of the y value is fun. So that's why when you print y value, it will print the 25. Not only that, JavaScript has some crazy features like in var if I do var x equals to 25. What is the x value? Can I write var x equals to 35 again? Can I write it var 2 times? Yes, you can do multiple times. It is called redeclare. If you go to any other programming languages now, it will not be there. X equals to redeclare. Same way, redeclare is possible. Same way, what if I say var y not var y is equals to 30. If I write y value 45, this is called reassigning. What is it called? Reassign. To the people who did not get it, listen to this. What is this line mean? Anyone tell me? Where x equals to 25. वो line का meaning क्या है? There is one variable x. There is one variable. What is the type here? Var. What is the type here? Var. What is the value here? There is one variable which is declared with var and having the value 25. Perfect. Till now, no doubts. In the next line, what I'm saying it again, there is a variable named x. Okay, which is of var type. Do I need to say 2 times? Do I need to say 2 times, ma? No. Anyway, in Pehla statement in line number 17 only I told where here where x is where. In line number 18, again I don't need to say. In other programming languages, it will give you error. If you go to C language or something, if you say int a equals to 10, next line again if you write int na, it will say error. Why? Because you should not redeclare an element. You should not redeclare an element. But in JavaScript, using var, you can redeclare an element. Using var, you can redeclare an element. That is the most important point, sir. Not only redeclare, you can also do reassign. You can also do var is a function scoped variable which can redeclare and reassign. Which can redeclare and reassign. If I use let, you know what will happen? Using let, here, instead of var y, if I say let y equals to 25. Now, do you know what it will print my here y? Guys, you know what it will print y? Error. You know why? Sir, y is there na here? No. Let and const are block scoped variable. Let and const are everyone. Where is a function scoped variable? Repeat. Where is a function scoped variable? Let and const are block scoped variables. Let and const are block scope means wherever the open brace starts, wherever the close brace ends, only in that middle only it will live. Whenever the close brace is over, you will not get that again. So इसका scope block है, that variable. But if I see do the same thing using var na, it will work out of this also. Var values will give you complete function. Anywhere you can use it, it will work. Let values, you cannot work it, no, like that. Same const also, because they are block scoped variables. Only in the block, if you want it, you can print it. Same way, if I say instead of var, if I say let x equals to 25. If I say let again x, then here let. Now if you see the output, can you see anything here? Now right click, inspect console. Now can you see here one problem came? Script 33, already it's declared. Someone is saying that Z, that X1, X1, Y1. Sorry, not Y1, Z. Now देखो, when I give this, I got one error. Can you see this error? Can you read this? What is that error, ma? Cannot redeclare block scoped variable. That means you already told in line number 33 only it is let. You don't need to say it is let in line number 34. You don't have to say this is, something of let in line number 35. You need not to say the things multiple times. One time is enough. Is it clear? Okay. And redeclare is not possible. Redeclare is not possible. But reassign is okay. And here block scope. So the difference is block scope, redeclare is not possible. Reassign is possible. When you say const ma, same thing will work. Const is also same thing. Const is also same thing. But in const, you cannot, redeclare or reassign. Both are also not possible. In const, you cannot redeclare or reassign. Those things also will give you a problem now. I will show you. Now, sir, x11, what is the value? That means it is a constant. Const means constant. But if you change it, instead of constant, if you are changing the value, it will give you value. Assignment to constant variable is a error. Is a error. Mostly in our code, we will use let and const only, sir. To the people who did not get, I'm gonna draw a table so that you guys will get it easily. Okay. Let's draw a small table, sir. Where, where, uh, where, let const. What is the scope of where? Where is a functional scope? Where is a functional scope? That means until the function dies, this value will not be died. Let is a block scope. Let is a same const is also block scope. In where redeclaring is possible, redeclare is possible, and redeclaring, redeclaring is possible, but using let redeclaring is not possible, and using const also redeclaring is not possible. Reassigning, reassigning is possible, reassign is possible. Here also, let also can do reassign. It can assign another value. Reassign is possible. And const reassign is also not possible. Possible. Interview, they will ask you 100% this question. What is the difference between where, let, const? In interview, these questions mostly come. What is the difference between where, let, and const? So where is a functional scope? That means once you declare it inside the function, until the function dies, this variable also will be there. But let is a block scoped variable. Only in that block it will be there. It will not come out. Const is also block scoped variable only. And where is a, in using where, you can redeclare element and you can reassign the element. But using let, you cannot redeclare, but you can reassign. Using const, you cannot redeclare. Using, you cannot reassign also. Online, anyone have any doubts, ma? This is just a simple introduction, ma. Don't worry, slowly you will get it. Online, any doubts? Online, any doubts, ma? Can you hear me? No. I will push the things into the GitHub. Okay, I will push the things into the GitHub. And tomorrow onwards, we'll start the JavaScript in depth. Today is just introduction where you can add it. Tomorrow we'll do something like data types. Slowly, we will start into further. Okay. That's it for today, Ma. Thank you. If any doubts are there, you can mention.